Well everyone, it's time for us to go and take a look at the Samsung Galaxy S23 FE and compare it against the Google Pixel 7a and see which of these devices is the better one for you. Now I will tell you between both these phones, the Google Pixel 7a is a very good device and so is the S23 FE. Both these devices are very good. I love both these phones. So let's go and see how they compare. Now with the Pixel 7a, this phone came out in May of 2023 and it's a pretty good looking phone. You have a 6.1 inch OLED display on the front, 90 Hz, and it's a good looking phone when it comes down to it. It's a hole punch display, and there's not a lot to complain about here. You know, it's a Google Pixel, so you kind of know what you're getting, and it still looks like the Pixel 7. On the Galaxy S23 FE, on the other hand, you are getting a 6.4 inch dynamic AMOLED display. It's 120 Hz 1080p, so it's a much bigger display. It's also, having a little bit more bezel, I think, than the Pixel 7a. I'm not really 100% too sure, but that is one thing that I kind of noticed. The bezels do look a little bit thicker. On the bottom side, you're getting USB Type-C ports on both, kind of like flat sides on both, but kind of curved too. It's kind of hard to explain. And on the back side, you're getting a glass back on the S23 FE, where the Pixel 7a, you're getting a plastic back. So that's kind of one big thing to keep in mind here. You're getting wireless charging on both. The FE is getting reverse wireless charging, which is very nice. Triple camera setup on the FE, dual camera setup on the 7a, and beyond that, on the back side of both of them, they both look very good. The front side of both these look very good as well. And personally for me, I'm a big fan of the way Google kind of approached the 7a because it looks just like the 7 and the 6a. But with the FE, I think this one looks like the A14 or the A15, like the A24 series that, Samsung has just made their budget lineup. That's kind of what the S23 FE reminds me more of. It doesn't remind me of the S23 or the S22. It reminds me of their Galaxy A lineup, which I'm a fan of. But for a phone of this price, I don't think it should be of this quality. The S21 FE looks better than this thing. So I don't know what Samsung was doing here, but that kind of covers it up there. Camera-wise though, it's really no competition. The Galaxy S23 FE is going to outperform the Pixel 7a in almost every single way. You're going to be getting 8K capability on the FE versus 4K at 60 on the back of the Pixel 7a. So that right there is also a very big difference. Yeah, the megapixels may be higher on the on the Pixel 7a, but you're still going to be getting a better performing camera on something like the Galaxy S23 FE rather than the Pixel 7a at the end of the day as well. So that's another big thing to keep in mind here. In terms of software longevity, this is going to be probably the biggest asset for the Pixel 7a. You're going to be getting a longer lasting phone, potentially, from the Pixel 7a rather than the S23 FE. So that right there is another big thing to keep in mind, that if you're wanting the device that has basically the longer lifespan ahead of it, you are going to want to buy a phone like the, Pixel 7a if you're wanting that type of device. But with that being said, the S23 FE is still going to be here for quite a bit of time. That device is still going to be supported. So it's not like that device is going to be outdated anytime soon either. That phone is still going to be good. But with the Pixel 7a, that might be the one I'd probably recommend the majority of people to buy because that one's going to last a longer amount of time. In terms of performance, you're getting that Google Tensor G2 chipset inside the Pixel 7a with 8GB of RAM. With the FE, you're getting that Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chipset inside of it with 8GB of RAM as well. Now from the performance side, I will tell you, the Pixel 7a may seem like a smoother phone for a lot of people, just because it is, a stock Android device. It doesn't have a lot of crazy things going on in the background. So that might be one thing to keep in mind with the Pixel 7a from that particular standpoint. But the FE might be the one that a majority of people may actually notice might give you better performance at the end of the day. And the reason I say that is because the Pixel 7a is still a very good phone, but the FE is probably going to be the one that I would look at as probably being the one that is going to give you more heavier performance. If you're playing emulated games, if you're playing anything really related to that, any high level games, that Snapdragon chipset is going to be giving you better performance than that, Google Tensor G chipset in my opinion. So to kind of sum it up, what I'll definitely tell you is, I definitely do think a device like the Google Pixel 7a might be a better value per dollar. I also do think it's the better looking phone when it comes down to it. But with that being said, I think the Galaxy S23 FE is a very good performing phone. I think it looks very good, and I'm a big fan of that device as well. So that kind of covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.